This one's a difficult question. I think you need to remember that I was 11 years old when this started. How do you look into your abuser's eyes and maintain a separate life? Well, I think it's mainly a coping technique. I don't think that there's anything that makes me different from anybody else. I think dissociation is something that you do in order to keep your sanity, and I did that. And I think it's very easy to lose your sanity to dissociation afterwards as well. And I can just say thank God that that didn't happen to me. It was very difficult. I think one of the hardest things was to look at him and to know that this wasn't who he really was. So you look at this person and you have to be respectful, and you have to get your meals from them. You have to get a ride to school and back. You need to get people to sign your school reports and that kind of thing, and all the normal things that people do. And then you know there's a monster underneath that, and that when you look into those eyes, that's not the person that everybody else sees, that you see something else. And it was really hard. Did I not break down? Well, you know what? I've got a big personality. I think that at home it came out more. I think I was cheeky and disrespectful, and I spent a lot of time on my own reading, which only did me the world of good anyway. I relied a lot on my faith. At school it was different, because at school I had to pretend to be innocent in a way, and pretend that things were happening in my life that were happening in other people's lives that I had no experience of. So it always amazed me that people didn't realize that I was conning at school. At home was really hard a lot of the time. And I must say that at sometimes you kind of get yourself into some sort of dream world where you don't really remember what's going on. You try to divorce yourself from it. So I think the only thing that I can say is it was a complete survival tactic, and that most of my school life is a complete blur to me. So I'm sorry if you were at school with me. I do remember most of you, but I don't really remember much of what we did, except for a few things that stood out over the years. So that's part of what I lost. And I think that's the thing that really hurts the most, is how much you lose, how much you are dissociated from, how many people are out of your life after a while, because you actually don't really have connections with people that are real. Even though those people might think they're real, you kind of get into a position where you think nobody really knows me. It was very, very lonely, very lonely. But I think that it also skilled me to be who I am today. So there's positives and negatives, and you kind of learn how to put a smile on your face when you don't really want to, which I've tried to avoid for the last 10 years, or ever since I broke up with my ex-husband. I've tried to live an authentic life, and I think that's because for so many years I had to live a lie.